before we finish, I just want to touch upon, it's the final chapter in your book, on peak performance. How can listeners ensure that they are walking into the assessment centre in the best frame of mind, confident that they're going to get the job?
Well, simply, no one would think of deciding to run the New York or London Marathon without getting into preparation. So you have to do some mental preparation in the same way as you do physical preparation for a marathon. And my best advice here is to literally do some mindfulness, some what we call cognitive rehearsal, preparing in your mind the way you want things to go. So in your mind, seeing it going well, seeing yourself performing well, seeing yourself as being authentic and convincing. And that takes some time. That means that you might have to each day sort of take 5 minutes relaxation and actually run like a little film in your mind of how you want things to go. And there's some exercises in the book that help people do that. But that sort of cognitive rehearsal, which is preparing your thinking, is used by athletes and a whole range of performers and has been found to be psychologically a very effective way to prepare for what is the challenge of an assessment centre. So the sort of cognitive tricks, I call them, about helping work on your thinking, work on your expectations, changing your thinking practices from what might be a negative thinking, things are going to go wrong, to I'm going to be myself, I'm going to perform to my best, that kind of thing. Just changing those thinking, changing your mental scripts really, will really make a difference.
Definitely, and just to remember that you don't win a prize to be invited to an assessment centre. You're there because the company thinks that you can do the job, and for them to give up a day of how many people's time and the cost of getting you there, they wouldn't invite you there unless there's something about your application that they like the look of, and you would have gone through the tests and the interviews beforehand, so you're good enough to be there, you deserve to be there. So go in with confidence and believe that you can get the job. And also, it's not a competition, as we talked about earlier. If you do well and everybody else does well, then you'll all get job offers.
Yeah, and confidence is courage, really. It's about holding your nerve in a difficult situation. So don't think I haven't got confidence or I'm not very confident. Think I'm going to be courageous here. I'm going to hold my nerve, and that's a better place to sort of think, a better thinking place to be, really.